Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting to our latest stories from the week. A member of the U.S. Air Force has died as a result of his injuries sustained after he lit himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. He was protesting the war in Gaza, and his last words were "Free Palestine." The airman, Aaron Bushnell, as confirmed by a U.S. Air Force spokesperson, had served with the U.S. Air Force for nearly 4 years and was based in San Antonio, Texas. Bushnell was raised in a religious compound in Orleans, Massachusetts on Cape Cod, according to Susan Wilkins, 59, who said she was a member of the group from 1970 to 2005. In the now deleted video, Bushnell was sprayed with a fire extinguisher before firefighters arrived on scene to take him to the hospital, with life-threatening injuries around 1 p.m. Less than 2 weeks before, Aaron Bushnell walked toward the gates of the Israeli embassy. He and a friend talked by phone about their shared identities as anarchists and what kinds of risks and sacrifices were needed to be effective. A California school district has spent $1 million fighting a student in the special education department. Irvine Unified School District disputed that one of their students had dyslexia and denied her the special education assistance that her parents believed she needed. Since the rejection, the family has sent the student to a private school that helps students with dyslexia and are requesting reimbursement for the cost of the schooling. But the district argued that the private school was not needed and refused to reimburse the family. After a 10-day hearing that resembled a courtroom trial, an administrative law judge found the district responsible for covering the year of tuition and services the family requested. In a mixed decision, the judge ultimately concluded Irvine Unified improperly modified the student's curriculum so much that she wasn't on track to graduate from high school. Catherine Herridge, a CBS News correspondent, was one of hundreds included in a CBS layoff. Herridge was in the midst of gathering information regarding Joe Biden's diminishing mental capacity, his potential corruption scandal, and Hunter Biden's laptop. Upon leaving, Herridge's work computer and files linked to the Hunter Biden case were seized. Sources speculate that the network wants to see what damaging documents she has, but a CBS spokesperson pushed back on these claims, saying that they are respecting her request to not go through the files and her office has remained secure. As of Monday, CBS News returned the confidential files amid mounting pressure from the House Judiciary Committee and the union representing the journalist. Sources close to the situation said the network was particularly rattled when SAG-AFTRA, the union representing CBS News employees, came out strongly in favor of Herridge. Last week, we reported about the proposed deal between ESPN, Fox, Warner Bros. Discovery, and Hulu regarding the creation of a new sports streaming platform that would include all major sports and Division I college sports, among other athletics. In response, Fubo TV has filed a lawsuit against this plan since their platform focuses primarily on live sports. In its filing, Fubo TV said that for years they have been trying to offer a sports-only package, but their efforts have been continually blocked by ESPN, Fox, and Warner Bros. By demanding that Fubo TV accept and pay for sports bundles that included programming that Fubo did not want and did not want to pay for. Fubo TV not only wants the proposed joint venture shut down, but it is seeking cash damages. If the court does not rule to do either, Fubo TV is seeking restrictions on the joint venture so that competition remains in the marketplace. Officials said that the Odysseus moon lander, the first successful U.S. craft to land on the moon in 50 years, came down faster than expected and moved slightly to one side at the moment of touchdown last Thursday. During this, the moon lander apparently caught a footpad on the lunar surface and tipped over onto its side. Telemetry indicates that the top of the spacecraft may be resting on a rock, or the lander could be tipped over on upward sloping terrain. Engineers are in the process of downloading data and hope to downlink stored images as early as clarifying the orientation of the 14-foot tall spacecraft. In the meantime, all the lander's active instruments provided by NASA and commercial customers are facing away from the lunar surface and should be able to return data as planned. Thanks for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Meet James. He was surprised to find out that he has elevated blood pressure, which could turn into high blood pressure. So he talked with his doctor about a healthy path to get his numbers down. He quit smoking, which makes a big difference for his overall heart health. He also cut down on salt by watching out for high sodium on food labels and added a 30-minute walk 5 days a week to his routine. These healthy steps weren't easy, but lowering his blood pressure was worth it. Learn more about his healthy path.
Welcome back. Early voting for the 2024 presidential primary in Massachusetts began over the weekend in Braintree. The Super Tuesday presidential primary is scheduled for March 5th, but residents have multiple chances to participate before then. Early voting for Braintree residents takes place at Town Hall, 1 JFK Memorial Drive through March 1st. If you hope to participate in early voting, you can head to Town Hall Monday through Friday beginning at 8:30 a.m. Registered Democrats and Republicans can only vote in their party's primary, but unaffiliated voters can vote in either major party primary. The town of Braintree is one of 18 communities in the state that still requires tuition for full-day kindergarten, also known as FDK. Through the state-driven tuition-free FDK program, the cost of signing your child up for school would be eliminated. Right now, it costs about $1 million to begin a tuition-free FDK program, but once the program is established, the ongoing costs are paid for by the state. Kathy Tuffy, the school committee's legislative liaison, along with District 5 Town Councilor Meredith Berica, teamed up to get funding for the startup costs through the state legislature's Joint Committee on Education's bill. Berica provided a letter of support, and those interested can also do the same. Residents can support this initiative by sending a note of support to Senator John Keenan, who is a member of the Ways and Means Committee and a co-sponsor of the bill, and to Senator Walter Timilty, who is another co-sponsor of the bill. As Easter is approaching, the South Shore Plaza brought back a friendly critter to celebrate the season. The Easter Bunny is now at the mall through March 30th. The bunny photo experience will be open Monday through Sunday, and reservations are strongly encouraged. South Shore Plaza will also host events with the bunny this season, including Caring Bunny, which is a private event for children with special needs and their families. Then there's Pet Photo Day, where you can bring your furry friend to pose with the bunny. And last, Baby's First Easter, which is a private photo event exclusively for your little ones to have their first picture taken with the bunny. For more information or to make a reservation, head to whereisbunny.com. The Braintree Parks and Recreation Department are still selling tickets for a field trip to see the Boston Celtics play the Detroit Pistons at TD Garden. The event on March 18th is available to residents of all ages, and seats will be located in the top shelf bar seating area. The trip will include round-trip transportation to and from the garden, and buses will depart from Town Hall at 5:30 p.m. Tickets are $90, and you can buy them now on the Parks and Rec website at braintreema.myrec.com. Thank you for watching Braintree today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
It's that time of the year again, flu season. Getting vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19 can help keep you, your family, and your community healthy. You can even get both vaccines at the same time. Visit mass.gov/flushot to learn more.
Welcome back to Braintree today. Now let's get right into more stories. Shockwaves are being felt across the nation after the court ruling from the Alabama Supreme Court, who ordered that frozen embryos are considered children under state law. The ruling stemmed from wrongful death lawsuits brought by couples whose frozen embryos were accidentally destroyed. Justices ruled last week that 3 couples who had frozen embryos destroyed in a mishap at a storage facility could pursue wrongful death claims. The court's ruling raised questions about what legal liabilities clinics could face during IVF processes, including the freezing, testing, and disposal of embryos. Multiple in vitro fertilization providers have paused their services because of the ruling and are leaving many patients scrambling. With many women in Massachusetts concerned, officials have confirmed that IVF families are still safe for now. Last week, Governor Maura Healey also reiterated to protect reproductive rights. Steward Healthcare has confirmed in a recent letter that it is interested in leaving the state. The embattled operator of 10 hospitals in Massachusetts had previously only indicated interest in selling some of its assets in the state. Dr. Michael Callum, the Executive Vice President for Physician Services and Interim President for Steward's New England region, wrote in a letter to Governor Maura Healey, quote, "We would welcome the opportunity to meet with you personally concerning the orderly departure of Steward from Massachusetts. We guarantee that it is our priority to orchestrate a transition that emphasizes the continuity of first-class medical care in the communities we serve." End quote. Governor Healey has set a deadline of last Friday for Steward to hand over its financial records to the state of Massachusetts. Healey is now demanding Steward leave the state after her administration says the for-profit company failed to turn over those key financial documents. A dog now referred to as Ivy spent 3 days in the cold last week in Wollaston and will soon be available for adoption. Quincy Police Captain Daniel Guarente said police got involved earlier this month after residents of the Wollaston neighborhood noticed Ivy roaming around the neighborhood and thought she may be injured and definitely seemed lost. After finally catching her, she was taken to VCA South Shore Animal Hospital, where she was checked out, monitored overnight, and given a clean bill of health. Ivy is now recovering in the care of Quincy Animal Shelter, where she will stay until she's ready for her next adventure, a new home. The Plymouth Patuxent Museums, formerly known as Plymouth Plantation, has been named the best open-air museum in USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. Located at 137 Warren Avenue in Plymouth, this collection of museums tells the story of the indigenous Patuxent people, part of the Wampanoag Tribal Confederacy, and the colonial English settlers who occupied the area in the 1600s. What started as 2 English cottages and a fort on Plymouth's historic waterfront has grown to include a 17th century English village, a Patuxent home site, a grist mill, a craft center, and a life-size reproduction of the Mayflower ship. The museum will open for the season on Saturday, March 23rd, and the Mayflower 2 will open daily starting April 13th. Later sunsets and more time to enjoy outdoor activities at the end of the day are just around the corner. Daylight saving time begins at 2 a.m. on Sunday, March 10th, when clocks move forward an hour. Many Americans favor year-round daylight saving time, but the legislation has gained little momentum. Dozens of states are considering proposals to adopt either year-round daylight saving time or standard time. In Massachusetts, 2023 saw 3 proposals regarding these 2 options that are currently pending. States can't switch to permanent daylight saving time on their own, neither can they opt out of the Uniform Time Act of 1966, which mandated daylight saving time without either federal approval from the U.S. Transportation Secretary or an act of Congress. Thank you for watching Braintree today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Let's talk portable electric space heater safety. These heaters must not be left unattended. Place them on a stable base 3 feet from combustibles. Their use is not recommended within a bedroom, but if you must do so, place a smoke detector on the ceiling within the bedroom. Plug a portable space heater directly into the outlet, avoiding extension cords. Thus, do not use lamp cords or power strips for this purpose. Are portable, unvented propane and oil-filled heating appliances safe to use within a residence? No. Massachusetts prohibits their use. These heaters produce asphyxiant gases. These gases can render an occupant incapacitated or dead. Please consider your safety during these upcoming colder months.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. With Black History Month underway, it's a wonderful time to look at varying stories, perspectives, and messages conveyed through art. Here are 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First, The Hate U Give follows Star Carter, who is constantly switching between 2 worlds, the poor, mostly black neighborhood where she lives, and the wealthy, mostly white prep school that she attends. The uneasy balance between these worlds is soon shattered when she witnesses the fatal shooting of her childhood best friend at the hands of a police officer. Facing pressure from all sides of the community, Star must find her voice and decide to stand up for what's right. The film stars Amanda Stenberg, and you can watch The Hate U Give now on Hulu. Next, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks takes place in 1951 and follows Henrietta Lacks, a woman who becomes an unwitting pioneer for medical breakthroughs when her cancer cells are used to create the first immortal human cell line. The film stars Renee Elise Goldberry and Oprah Winfrey. You can watch The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks now on Max. Finally, The Secret Life of Bees follows 14-year-old Lily Owens, who runs away with her friend and caregiver Rosaline to the South Carolina town that holds the key to her mother's past. There, Lily meets the Boatwright sisters, who take her in and teach her about beekeeping, honey, and the Black Madonna. Lily also discovers that the truth about her mother is closer than she thinks. The film stars Jennifer Hudson and Dakota Fanning. You can watch The Secret Life of Bees now on Hulu. That'll do it for news today. Remember, if you're a customer of Verizon, you can watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll see you next time.